Hey, it's me. I'm finally here. Um, Want to talk to you about the Clean Deo, which is finally here. You might remember I talked about the Clean Deo maybe back in August or September because it was supposed to launch, and there were some issues that some of the um, Beautycounter consultants had with our um, what do you call it? Like pre-sale. They let us buy the stuff ahead of time so we can try it out and be able to talk about it intelligently. And some of the consultants had some issues with some of their products, and so Beautycounter decided not to. Um, hey, Abby. Not to launch back then because they wanted to figure out what the issues were, what they needed to do before they launched because they really like to stand by their products. So here it is finally. You can now finally buy the Clean Deo. This is the fresh coconut, which I have from before the pre-sale. It is all used up, and so I'm going to show you how to um, pull out the thing so you can replace the cartridge because it's refillable, which is exciting. The other two scents are soft lavender and clean rose. If you know anything about me, you might know that I am not, big on scents, and so I chose to try out the coconut because it was the most mild. I'm not a lavender fan, just across the board. And then the clean rose was it's nice if you like rose. Just for me, like it's just too much. That is really just me. So anyway, I tried the coconut. I thought it was great. I have used lots of deodorants in my time as somebody trying to, you know, use cleaner products. A lot of them are terrible. Didn't work at all, or maybe even made me smell worse. So, um, so let me just start by like talking about aluminum, right? So the big thing about our deodorant is it's not antiperspirant and it doesn't contain aluminum. Um, what aluminum does is like prevent sweating, right? Like that's what antiperspirant means. Um, which sounds ideal. I am a big sweater. I don't like sweating into my clothes. It actually like really makes me mad. But um, that can't be good. Like we don't have a lot of good studies about it, but it doesn't sound like it makes sense to like day after day, year after year, decade after decade, like stop your sweat glands from like allowing you to, release toxins in that way. We do have other ways that we release toxins in our bodies. Um, but it just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me. So I gave up antiperspirant a long time ago. I'll just say like my strategies, because I am a sweater, is I just try to like dress appropriately, and I always like to have an out. I'll just say like lately I am freezing all the time. Might just be like my new like time of life I'm in, just freezing most of the time. So I don't need that as much. But like really like my whole like adult life, I, will wear a cardigan versus like a sweater that goes over your head because like at some point in the day I'm going to get hot and I want to be able to take the thing off. Like I don't like to just sit there like sweating into my clothes because that is what happens to me. So I don't know. I'm realizing like maybe that's not a thing that most people do because they just wear antiperspirant and so they're not going to sweat into their clothes. Anyway, those are your options, I guess. Um, so because it's aluminum free, the things that they do use for the odor and to absorb some wetness. I mean, you're not just like totally out there sweating with abandon, but cornstarch and it's non-GMO in case you care, and baking soda are the two main ingredients to absorb some wetness and to like neutralize the odor. And so that's an important point that like the scent is just because it's enjoyable, not to cover up your smell. Like there's the baking soda there to actually like neutralize the smell, which is what baking soda does. Okay. Um, then let's see, what else do you need to know? The effectiveness, like they kind of studied some early utilizers of the product here and found like 90% of people found that it was working for them. Non-irritating, and it's got this like beeswax and then candelilla wax, which are meant to be like sort of soothing, calming to the skin, um, to prevent irritation, especially if you're a woman and you shave your armpits. And then it's refillable, like I mentioned. So this is really exciting. So what you do is once it's empty, I kind of got it started here because I had to wrestle with mine, but not everyone has this problem. You like just sort of squeeze here and kind of pry it, like kind of shimmy it like this, back and forth, and then the cartridge comes out. So the top you're going to keep, and the bottom you're going to keep. And then this piece here, the cartridge, is actually, or should be, recyclable. So it's all made with the same kind of plastic. And that's often the problem with these types of things, is that they're made with different kinds of plastic all in the same unit. And so you can't necessarily recycle it easily because, some plastics you can recycle and some you can't. We still would have to make sure that it can be recycled locally, but that is the idea, that this cartridge thing, once it's empty of your actual deodorant, and I think I could just take this middle piece out and clean it, you can recycle it. Super cool. Then you can get, you buy a new one of these and you stick it in and you're ready to go. And you can mix and match the flavors. You're calling them flavors. The scents. So, if you tried coconut and you want to try the lavender, you can get the lavender, you can put it in here, and it's fine. Okay, so if you are someone who's been using antiperspirant and you're ready to make a switch, or you're thinking about it, you're a little nervous, understandable. If you're lucky like me, you just are in a basement room all by yourself all day long, in which case, this is a great time to try something different because there's nobody around. If that's you, you're in luck. But there is some help. So because the aluminum is basically clogging up your pores and stopping the perspiration, once you stop using it, and you've been you've gotten sort of used to it, or dependent on it, you could smell really bad, maybe worse than what you would have smelled like if you never used deodorant or antiperspirant at all. It's unpleasant. So what you can do during that process is you can actually use our charcoal mask on your armpits, use it the way you use your mask. You put it on for 5-10 minutes, rinse it off, maybe once a week, maybe do it 2 times, and that should really help speed up the process of the detox thing. The other thing you can do along with the mask, or instead of, if you have this instead of that, is the charcoal bar. You could use this daily, to clean under your armpits, or you could be cleaning your whole body with it. But use that daily. Use the mask once a week. You might apply the deodorant more than once a day during the detox period, just to, if you were really sensitive or concerned about smelling. But that should really speed up the process and really help get rid of the odor at a reasonable time period, hopefully. So that is the story about that. So the other thing I wanted to tell you about, because, full disclosure, I have my own deodorant that I've been using for a few years, and I don't know if I'm going to switch. But I want to just talk about it because they're really kind of pros and cons to both. So what I use is this stuff here. It is called Mystic Water Soap. And you will notice, it's not in a handy little roll-on guy. That is con number 1. That's the main con, I think. You have to use your finger to, scrape it out. You use like a pea size. It's a really small amount that you like put on your underarm. And I took it off, but it comes with like a little spatula, so you could like scrape it out of there with your little spatula. I don't think you could put the spatula on your armpit. I think you'd want to use your finger, but that's the downside. You have to use your finger to kind of spread it around, and then you have to wash your hands. It comes in an unscented, which again is my preference because that's how I am. Yes, Abby just started trying this out. She said it's a little weird. It is a little weird, and that's the thing is I had both of these in my bathroom the last several months. By the way, I really put this on like almost every day, and I just used it. I just finished it. Like got it in September, so like 4 months, most days. But I was kind of like when I'm working out, I was like, I know that this is going to work, so I'm putting this on. But if I'm like already worked out for the day, I'm putting this on because it was easier because it's a roll-on. So, but they do have some scents as well. There's like a patchouli one, and then there's a lavendery one, I think. Lavender? No, rose. Yes. So you can get scents with that stuff. And this, cute little containers, obviously relatively easy to recycle. You just, once you use it all up, easy. And mine lasts about 6 months, I think. And I probably put it on twice a day most days because I put it on before I work out and then I put it on after I shower. I have been really happy with it, but like Abby's saying, it's a little weird. May not be for you. So I did just want to present both of those options. So I think that's all I had to say about the Deo launch here. I don't know if you have questions, but all of the scents are available for purchase, and the refills are also available today. So anybody who was involved in the pre-sale, or if you were a lucky person that got one of these from a consultant, like to try out, you can just go right to the refill because you're all set with the container. Abby says, oh, so rose geranium is one flavor scent. Lavender peppermint combo. Yeah, but where's the patchouli? One of them smells like patchouli. She says it's not too strong overall. See, I'm no judge because if like it smells at all anything, I'm like, I'm out. Sorry. Okay, yes, so you can, all those things are available behind the counter. So I said that there were some like issues, and I think what was determined was the product is okay. They did some tweaking of like how they ship and store. So you don't want to store it, all three of those are in one. Oh, wow, that's a lot of, okay, thanks, Abby. That's a lot of scents going on, but she says it's not too strong, just so you know. You can't store it too, like where it's too hot. Like if you order it in the summertime, you wouldn't want it like sitting out on your front step for hours because it would possibly get damaged. But if it happens, actually, if that does happen, what you're supposed to do is you bring it in and you put it right into the freezer. And then it will just go back to its regular consistency and before you open it or anything. So little tip. But like in your house, if your I don't know, if your house is like super hot, that could be an issue. I think that's all that they figured out with that. Yeah. But of course, like any other products, if there's ever an issue, within 60 days you can return it and get a refund and get another one because that's how they roll. So I hope this was helpful. I think it's pretty exciting. There are some natural deodorants out there. Like I said, they're not all great. I've tried several, and I'm a sweater, and I have not had good luck. But I will say this actually worked. I probably won't switch just because I'm already like into mine. But no, having said that, I just ordered the refill, so I guess I'm I guess I'm using it. I guess I am sold. It's really The coconut, even though, like I said, I'd rather like just no smell at all, coconut is sort of like a vacation smell if you get what I mean. It's sort of kind of beachy. So please let me know if you have questions. I will probably do a local bulk order if you are interested in this or anything sometime this month. Let me know. I will probably do that. Abby says native is good too. I've heard native. I've heard Schmidt's. But I've also heard like they don't work for everybody, right? Everybody's biochemistry is a little different. So, you do kind of have to try a couple of things. But I do think that the detox is key before you try any of them, right? Because if you just jump into one of them, like whatever the first one is you try, like you're going to stink. So, do the detox period and then see if a safer product works for you. All right, well, thank you for watching. I feel like I rambled a lot, even though I have my little notes over here. But yes, let me know if you have questions, or like Abby's over here, just let me know if you have found a safer deodorant that works for you. Oh, the other thing I was going to say, see, is that the baking soda, there's supposedly less of it than other brands, but certainly there are people who are sensitive to baking soda, in which case, the recommendation is like to do a little trial, like on the inside of your wrist or arm or something, see if how your skin reacts to it before you just like slather it on your armpit, and then you're really uncomfortable. So, and then again, you could just return it if it wasn't working for you. Okay. All right. Have a great night.